let's just hear your work here. So, Mariah, take the stage, okay?
Spoken word, singing. I would like to hear everything.
Thank you.
Yes,
I don't know why I think so as Nicole. But yeah, I'll read some of my work. As I said before, a lot of my poems are very short. They're similar to affirmations.
Mm-hmm.
I want to fight back against the chains bound to my waist. I want to fight back against the shackles that hold me down. I want to fight back against the anger that shakes my inner core. I want to fight back. So in the end, I will, and in the end, I will win, and in the end, I will be unbound. Exotic is a word I have come to hate. Exotic is a word that does not define me because it separates me from form. I am truly unique in my looks and in my style, yet my race should not be deemed exotic because your eyes have not yet seen how normal the world is with its variety of looks.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
That was deep.
Shed your skin of built up contamination and the world's rotten external core. Massage every crevice and tighten muscles of life's labor, all the while refreshing your outer spirit to undergo the continuous cycle of enchantment. I do not chase what does not wish to be found. Instead, I attract the people I want into my life, letting the wind carry my dreams, my future, and spiraling thoughts into the very core of where this world first took its very breath. I open my arms to embrace all that is you, only hoping for the same acceptance in my time of comfort. They speak words of hate, but my words will only speak life, because the only way to combat hate is the sister who uses her words of love. I'm gonna do one more. My life is flickered with specks of gold and loving thoughts of self-admiration and fondness for everything that has to do with being me. Thank you guys. No help.
Snap, poetry is snapping. Poetry is snap.
Oh, David, that.
Myself.
He was
Yeah.
clapping for
It's
us.
beautiful.
Well, I do it both ways because I have a ton of support for you know?
All right.
So, I mean, this is just something where the many youth generations have to hear because it's like they have to get it in their brain that this is the real world that we're living in here.
Right.
Otherwise, where else could they go for the future here? I don't know if anyone wants to add to that here, but yeah.
Now, I just want to ask her a question, like, where do you get your passion from? Like, what gives you the will to sit down and write? And, like, what gives, yeah, exactly, yeah, what's your passion? What gives you push to it, that creativity?
Well, I've always loved to write. I think it kind of just helped me to, I've always struggled with, who am I? What do I want to become? Where do I see myself in the future? And writing was kind of my way of, just figuring that out and kind of just branching away from all the negativity around me, negative words or criticism that people might, come at you with. And it was just a way of getting into my own world and just writing down, how I want to be, how I want to envision my path to be. So I think just trying to stay positive. Writing helps me to stay positive personally. So that kind of pushes me forward to keep going.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a curious question. Maybe you probably already answered it from reading the poem. Just because you're the first to say I don't like the word exotic, why? Just to hear from you, why exactly is that? I don't know if that's just a metaphor for something, or maybe that's a real thing for you.
Well, one time, this white guy, he called me exotic, and he was an acquaintance of mine. He was just like, "You're just so exotic." Like, he was like, let me dance with this like exotic girl right here, And I kind of felt off about it, because it kind of just showed, I just felt, well, one thing I felt he was saying it because I was Black. And another thing, it was kind of like, why am I so different from other people? So I think a lot of times, something my mom also showed me, you know, when people give you compliments and you just soak up all the compliments, right? And you're just, oh my God, I feel so good about myself because these people are just complimenting me. But then now what happens when people say something negative about you? You know, they're like, I hate your work. I don't like the person you are. You start soaking that up too, because you're so used to soaking up these words that you know, they're just compliments, that you start soaking in all the hate as well. But in terms of exotic, I think that personally in my mind, from what that guy said, he was calling me exotic simply because I was Black. And that's something that I didn't like. And I don't like the whole separation from, you know, what makes, you know, a girl exotic. And, well, you know, it kind of just separates you from the normal. And I just think that we're all normal in terms of our looks. And I think that especially society has a specific way of how, you know, they like to focus on Eurocentric features, I feel. And I think that we're so focused on looks a lot in our world that it's kind of off-putting, in my opinion.
I see.
If that's your question.
Yeah. No, it does. I mean, just because, like, I never heard anyone actually have a problem with that word, although I could see what you mean. You know, I do feel like,
Sorry, guys.
like, I don't think there's anything wrong with being different in the right sense. You know, like, I don't think people should want to be normal, because then you're asking to be you're potentially asking to be part of a crowd you probably don't want to be, the same crowd you want to avoid compared to. Like, obviously no one wants to be called weird or whatever, but the reality is that we all are. Because if you were to go to anyone's house, you would find a lot of let's just say the internet has exposed it. So the fact that any of us would want to be normal, I think we should not deal with that, because, you know, the point of being different is the point of life is to be different from everyone else, and that's what makes you attractive. If you're normal, then there's nothing different about you. You know what I mean? Or anything.
I completely agree.
You know what I mean? So
Yes.
I mean, that's just a counter. I guess it could be a counter argument to you.
Yes. I'm trying to wrap this up here, but you know, this is what they're trying to make me do here. Okay, I wrap this all up because we're running out of time, but we're also having fun as well. But we got to stay within our time limit here, apparently. Mariah or Nicole.
Thank you.
Let's just call her Mariah Carey.
Imagine, yes, the new Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey's you don't want to be her.
Yeah. Thank
not, you know.
for joining us, and to you viewers at home, thank you for watching.